Okay, what I got queued up here is a scene from the movie The Great White Hope, as you see here in 1970, and it stars James Earl Jones and Moses Gunn. As a matter of fact, the scene that I'm about to play, um, you see the actor Moses Gunn. And I remember years ago, Elder Pastor told us about this movie. Myself and Elder Apostle Ricard. And, we watched this movie, and this scene in particular had kind of had an effect on us. And I remember us replaying that scene over and over, what you're about to see. Now, basically, I was watching Elder Pastor's lesson response, Israelite versus Christian debate, and he's going into the section on reparations because this milk dud head nigga, what's his name, Anton Daniels, I can't stand that nigga, man. Anyway, let me put my personal feelings aside. The main thing that pissed me off about that nigga is how he dealt with them, how proud he was, and I can't wait till Yahweh Shemel Shai bring him down. How proud he was with the brothers out there in Detroit, and how he treated them. And then now, recently, Apostle was saying, I haven't seen the video, but he was saying that this nigga Anton Daniels made a statement saying that we so-called black people don't need reparations. All they need to do is get off their lazy asses and get a job. I guess he forgot about the over 250 years of free slave labor that the so-called black man was forced to give the so-called white man in slavery. I guess you know what these niggas are? This is, I'm starting to get pissed off. They're the white man's nigga. That's what they are. Niggas like Anton Daniels and that clown Tariq Nasheed, they're the white man's nigga. You know what I mean when I say white man's nigga? Meaning they say the words that please their master, the so-called white man, which, make no bones about it, man, the so-called white man is still in power. He's still in rulership until Yahweh Shai comes and take him down. And it's only going to take Yahweh Shai 1 hour to do so. Okay, so you got these niggas out there, and they're given a big platform because they're saying the words the so-called white man wants them to say. So that makes them the white man's nigga. Okay? And I'm drawing the inspiration from the scene here, from this movie. So clowns like Anton Daniels and Tariq Nasheed, and in other words, if you're not speaking 100% truth according to the Bible, all right, if you're not talking about how Yahweh Shai's so-called black man is going to come and destroy the society, all right, destroy this kingdom, and beginning with the top banking families, put them in slavery. All right, that's where the Edomites begin. They begin with the top banking families all the way down to the least Edomite. If you're not teaching that, they're all going into slavery, all the other nations are going into slavery underneath the Israelites, which begins with the so-called black man, which comes out the tribe of Judah, etc., etc. If you're not teaching that, then anything else you're saying is the words that the so-called white man wants you to say. You're bringing confusion. That's what a white man's nigga does. He brings confusion. Okay? So without further ado, let's check this scene out. This is my message to all these, excuse me, all these white man niggas.
Okay, rain on the inside. Open house. Let's have some light.
Okay, so let me set this up. So once again, if you haven't seen this movie, you want to go check it out. Basically, it's about the story of Jack Johnson, the boxer Jack Johnson, and the triumphs that he had to go through, the adversity he had to go through in dealing with this so-called white man in his bid to become heavyweight champion. All right, that's what the movie's pretty much all about. And at the beginning of this movie, they put a caption there. Much of what you're about to see in this movie is true. So it's based upon a true story, which Jack Johnson actually did exist. So in this scene, you're about to see the actor Moses Gunn come up and basically curse out Jack Johnson. All right, and it's the way that he did it and the words that he said, particularly the white man's nigger part. Anyway, let's go.
Lively time!
I believe this is after he won the championship. Jack Johnson. James Earl Jones is playing the Jack Johnson. There we go. Anton Daniels. That's him. You got your piece of pie from the white man's table and you feel just fine. Hold up, let me bring it back. Hey, and notice how he's dressed, right? Everybody else is dressed all in their Sunday best, but my man came in there dressed rough, kind of like a prophet, you know? Let's hear that again. While they're having their merriment. Hey, that's Anton Daniels. You know, he's in his merriment. You know, when he was cursing the brothers out there in Detroit, he was driving in his, I forgot what car he was driving in, feeling all proud, feeling like the white man's nigger. That's my message to you white man niggers, man. He's in that spirit too, man.
How much white you up to? How much you done took on? How much white you pining for? How white you wanna be and how white you gonna get? Now you tell me, Jack.
That's our message to Anton Daniels. Nothing but a white man's nigger. That's all he is, man. And I hope he sees this video and I hope he gets mad too.
Hustling for the white man's spoken prize. Itching for the white man's piece of poontang. Strutting around like you the white man's nigger. Thinking you's a walking natural man. Don't know you swimming half drowned in the white wash, same as all of them.
Right.
Gulping it every day here. And pickled in it.
Hey, that's Anton Daniels. Gulping it every day, yeah? and pickled in it. Same thing with Tariq. These clowns are set up, man. And they're set up to keep you jakes from the real truth, the 100% truth, which we're pushing. GMS, Great Millstone, beginning for Elder Pastor down, man. We're telling you the 100% truth. All right? Hey, the party's going to come to an end. You see how when my man came up with the rubbish can lid, the trash can lid, right? And he threw it down, and then the party came to a halt. Hey, the party over here in America is coming to an end. You hear that, Anton Daniels? And all you white man niggas out there saying, you know, getting paid for saying the so-called white man's words. His spirit is jumping off me, right? Or his spirit is jumping on me. All you phonies, all you clowns, man, that ain't speaking 100% truth, the party's coming to an end. All right, you better believe it. The party's coming to an end. Let's hear some more.
You and you and you and you. Eating the nose you got, lips you got, hair you got, the skin you got.
Hey, the party came to an end. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, end it right there. But yeah, man, all these so-called white man niggas, every last one of you gonna get your just dessert. All right, what you need, which is destruction. You know, this Daniel's character gonna talk about it's a problem when so-called blacks call for reparations. You're the white man's nigga, man. You're saying the words the so-called white man wants you to say. Anyway, on to the next video.